pretzel balls are. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about them.
Oh, like
I mean,
is
they're
that you or me
sometimes
squeaking? That's you. That's like
it sounds like it's coming from you.
that's you. I'm not moving. I was gonna say I'm like somebody's squeaking, but because I know I'm picking it up on here. Damn it.
For how long you been doing it?
The last couple minutes. It'll be all right. Quit rocking.
I can't stop rocking.
I will rock on forever. Well, hey guys, what's going on here? Thank you for tuning in for This Evening Tonight. My name is River Sullivan, and with me, yet again for another time of the uncounted many, my friend, the hetero life mate, Martin.
What up?
There you are. So what's going on, guys? This will probably be a little bit of a shorter episode than usual here. We're rehashing some schedules here. We had some scheduling conflicts, so the uploads will stay the same, though. It'll be every Wednesday around noonish. But, yeah, we're going to be exploring some alternative options here also for recording in the near future. Me and Martine's work schedules kind of conflict right now, so we're going to try to do the best we can with what we got. So, this week, we're going to be talking here a little bit about some of the stranger things that we've eaten in our lives. Martine wanted to talk about this. So, Martine, let's start off. What was the weirdest or strangest food that you've eaten?
Probably the weirdest. I had some crickets one time.
Was it the crickets and the suckers, or?
No. It was the actual cricket. Like you can even buy it on Amazon. Like you go on Amazon, you just search for edible crickets, and they come in a bag flavored.
With
salt and vinegar or chili powder or whatever, and you just put them on your food and just eat them.
So it's like potato chip, except it's a cricket.
Yeah, but you could just get like.
How was that?
It was delicious. I was at first like it takes like a lot from your mental strength to just put that in your mouth and eat.
Yeah.
it. But once you cross that barrier, it just eat them like chips. It was. Yeah, it was fun. Then the other weird thing I had was an octopus, but it was alive.
Can't do squid.
It was alive.
Nope. Tried to eat squid once, didn't work out.
Delicious.
Because it came out on a big steaming plate because we were at like this Japanese restaurant, and it just was like wiggling. You're like, oh no, it's dead. It just they wiggle after you kill them for like hours.
Yeah.
I thought of that wiggling down my throat. Ooh.
What's the weirdest thing you ever had?
Hang on, I'm already salivating with like a pre-vomiting. Just thinking about that squid.
Yeah.
Weirdest thing that I ate and did not enjoy, chicken hearts.
Chicken hearts.
Done up in sauerkraut.
Okay. That's not very uncommon.
Look, I mean, I love beef liver, like liver and onions, saute that up, a little bit of gravy.
Well, hold on, let me ask you this. Were you eating chicken hearts because you wanted to get the spirit of the chicken animal? Like you
guy that we used to work with brought him in, and it was like a Cool Whip bowl that he was using as his Tupperware.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. Stewie reference. Cool Whip. Anyway, so he brought this Cool Whip bowl of chicken hearts, and he's like, "Hey man, you want a chicken heart?" And I'm like, "Oh, what?" And he like opened it up, and like they weren't diced up. Like if it was diced up and ground up like a ground beef, I probably would have been fine. But like they were perfect, like a bunch of little tiny hearts. They were about the size of a silver dollar, and just had sauerkraut all over it. And I was like, I've like when we were talking about survival and stuff, I've eaten some of the survival stuff. Like I've eaten the dandelion, like after you prepare it and everything.
Yeah.
Done the cat tails, the cat and nine tails. Like I've eaten those. But I looked at that chicken heart and I was like, yeah, you can do this. And as soon as I put it in my mouth.
I think I had like chicken heart before. Are they chewy?
Yeah, it was kind of chewy and meaty at the same time. Yeah. And oh my God, I chewed. I was like, I felt like I was going to start sweating, and I could feel like my gag reflex kicking in. I was like, you can do this. You've eaten worse.
Channeling your inner LA beast.
Like I was just like, you can do it. And I made it about 20 chews in. I said, nope, can't do it. Like I actually had to rethink my life a little bit because I remember watching that show like Survivor.
Yeah.
I think it was like the first or second one. They had to eat like bull testicles
Oh my god.
And then they had to drink like a or a pint of like cow's blood with milk in it, and they're like gagging. I'm like, I could do that. $1 million on the line, I could do that. I mean, of
I don't
course, this
know.
was not even on a bet for a chicken heart with sauerkraut on it. I mean, if you told me I eat it and get $1 million, I'll swallow that thing whole. I'm not even going to chew it. I'm just going to try to get it slide on down.
What about the, I can't believe the Philippines.
Mhm.
They eat balut.
The hell's balut?
You don't know what balut is?
Uh-uh.
Balut is a duck egg that's I don't know how to explain it. It has the fetus in it, and they just boil it and crack it and just eat it. It's like a
Chicken fetus.
yes, and it's
Oh.
I've never had it, but
I've cracked open an egg once that had a little part of chicken in it that was a little ripened, and I was like, nope, it's gross to look at.
well, people eat that in the Philippines, called balut.
Hmm.
Yeah. Then there was another disgusting thing I was reading about in I think it was Greenland.
Mhm.
You know how they have the natives there? They only eat meat because it's covered in ice. The whole place is covered in ice. So their diet is like I think 80% meat.
Because all the fish, probably.
Yes. So they have this thing they call kiviak. I don't know if you heard of kiviak.
Sounds familiar.
I think we talked about this before, but they would kill a seal, like like the animal, not a Navy SEAL. They would kill the seal and cut it open and stuff it with some kind of bird. And I'm talking like full bird, like feathers, everything. They just kill the bird and stuff it in. They don't prepare anything. Stuff that seal with birds and let it ferment for like 6 months. And then they come back and open that seal.
And by ferment, in quotes, we mean like rot or.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty cold though. Like, I wouldn't imagine that it's decomposing too quickly.
Well, I don't know if they do it outside or inside or especially I don't know, but they come back like 6 months later.
Is that like those seasoned dried steaks that we enjoy over here in America that are super expensive?
I guess, but whenever they open that seal, they take the bird out, and it's been there for so long that the feathers just come out just so easily, and it looks like wet, and they peel the skin with their fingers and just eat the meat. And they say it's delicious, and it's one of the grossest things I've ever read. Some people eat freaking the puffer fish.
Yes,
How can you? Isn't that poisonous?
it is, and you have to get a special license to carve it up and serve it because there's apparently the meat of the puffer fish is like delicious.
I mean,
But it has to be carved up in these like paper thin slices, and if the chef that is cutting it up, if he carves up like too deep into this fish, it releases the
Toxin.
the toxin in the fish, and then if you eat it, you die.
well, my thing is like, so whoever had it first, they knew it was poisonous, but then they kept trying. They're like, no, this is delicious. We're just gonna make it to where it's not poisonous. So how do they discover that if you cut it really thin?
Some people probably
died.
It's not probably, they did. People died.
Oh my god, trying to figure it.
I mean, we're in the age now where that's like an extreme thing. You have high risk eating. Like,
No thanks.
Like
I mean,
people-
I had an alive.
I want to eat a live scorpion. Like, what?
I had an octopus and it was alive, but it wasn't. I mean, just it's not that it's gonna kill me.
Mhm.
I mean, it kind of could, but
We live in the age now of the food elitist, is what I call them. Like,
I guess they're bored with whatever they eat and just trying to find some thrill in there.
I don't want to go out and like go bungee jumping or skydiving, but because that could kill you. So I want to just eat something that will potentially kill me. I want to ingest calories without having to burn them and still have the same risk of death as jumping out of an airplane.
I mean, some people eat cockroaches,
Nope, pass.
the hissing ones.
Ooh, no. When I was in
Yeah.
Texas, man, I was in Texas for a little while, and they had like them big hissing flying sons of bitches, and,
Oh my god!
and that's when I was in basic training too, which was great. So you're trying to stand the detention in
Yeah.
basic.
What if one lands on you? You can't.
You're like,
Oh my god, dude! No thanks. There was this documentary on I think Netflix. It's called Rats. I don't know if you ever heard of it. So it starts off showing rats in New York, how disgusting they are and all this. And they show the most disgusting part of rats.
Big as beavers.
Yeah, and they capture a couple, and they have like a bunch of them have like butt flies and a bunch of parasites, and just disgusting.
You know who else has all the botflies and the parasites, right? And it's not New York rats. It's usually the North Korean people that defect and run across the border like that guy did. They had that North Korean defector. He was like a military dude.
Yeah.
Ran across the DMZ, got shot like 7 times, still made it. And they sent him into surgery and opened him up to fix him. And he was just riddled. They said it was like 5 pounds of parasites in him and worms.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, like I saw photos of it. I was like, ooh, that's not good. That's not good.
Anyways, going back to the rats.
Back to the rats. Happy rats,
happy
cuddly
thoughts.
rats.
Happy thoughts.
With Jack Handy.
With Bob Ross. Anyways, so then they gradually go from nasty to some other country like Vietnam or wherever it is, and it shows this like a farm, and they're pretty much catching them, put them in like containers, and then they take them to a restaurant and they eat them, and people love them. It's just delicious, but they're oblivious that they have so many parasites and all this, so people just.
They just eat them.
Yeah, that's so
weird. They're cooking the parasites out, right?
Some of them can still live through the eggs or something.
Ratatouille.
That's a nasty movie, dude.
That's a great movie.
It's just disgusting. There's a rat making you food.
He washes his little hands. You see it like he's like.
It doesn't matter, dude. It's disgusting. Like, who eats the dogs? The Chinese?
Well, that's what they say. It's dogs and cats or whatever at every Chinese restaurant. Here, like, I don't care. And when it comes down to that, like, I love Chinese food. Love it.
I do too. But just, okay, so if you're going to serve me a dog or a cat, just tell me, hey, you've been eating that steak for 10 years. That's a dog.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss.
You're right. That's true. But I was watching this video, and there was a bunch of North Koreans that they escaped, and there was this guy. He was taking them to restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So he took one of them to like a barbecue restaurant, like an American barbecue restaurant.
Never had.
They didn't even know what barbecue was.
Oh.
So he showed them like pulled pork and a bunch of like barbecue sauces and all that. And North Korea loved it, but
he was probably crying over the food. Just
almost, dude. So the guy was like, "So what do you guys eat in North Korea?" And they're like, "Dude, whatever we can." And it was weird for me crossing, to South Korea because people here have dogs and they treat them as pets, where in North Korea, dogs are cattle. We eat dogs.
Yeah,
the dogs. That's just we have to. I mean, that's just. And beef is just such a strange thing to eat because there's no machinery for you to help you in the farms.
Mm-hmm.
So cattle is basically your machinery. So they don't eat them.
They don't eat them, even though it's like the best meat.
Yes. So
I just got a quarter beef a couple weeks ago in my deep freezer. Yes.
Delicious.
There's probably 50 pounds at least just of ground beef.
Delicious.
If anybody out there is listening to this in a war-torn or hungry country, my apologies. Maybe we'll ship you some beef if we can. I don't know.
Well, if they're listening and they're starving, I don't think they have internet.
Yeah, true. That's true.
But sorry if you're hungry. Anyways,
come on down, Old River and Martino feed you.
I wonder if horse tastes the same as cow.
I've heard it's tougher.
Tougher.
Never eaten horse, but there is like some of the wild game.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we went to these wild game dinners. Used to have them at like our old National Guard armory, and ate turtle, not bad, kind of like chicken, elk, caribou, and of course venison deer.
You ever had snake?
No, snake. I just couldn't quite do because
squirrel.
Had squirrel, very fatty.
I had bear before.
Bear. I was about to say bear.
Delicious.
Is actually you got to do it right.
I love that.
If you grill it, it's too stringy and gamey and just doesn't have a good flavor. The bear I had was done like a barbecue. It was like crock potted and
I had
succulent.
Alligator before.
Alligator, you definitely got to do right. I've had fried alligator before.
It was good.
And they say you got to carve every little piece of fat off that gator because the fat contains all the flavor pretty much for everything they've eaten, which is like garbage, like because they just eat everything.
Yeah, I had ostrich.
I haven't had ostrich. I've had an emu burger though.
Oh.
We
At
have
least I don't know if it was the way they prepared it or not, but it was very dry.
Yeah, we got a Cabela's about 2 hours north. They have like their big game cafe or whatever. You can get all sorts of stuff. That's actually where I think I had elk before. And they have like a bison burger, and then there's the emu burger and stuff like that. So good, and it's actually reasonably priced because they know you're going to Cabela's to blow up a shitload of money. So best thing they can do is come down on the food prices.
Even like I'm not a hunter, and every time that I go there, I just want to buy all the guns and all the gear. And
I go there for the Mad Bomber hats. It's like that ear flap Cousin Eddie hat.
Yeah.
Except you can get them made out of all, like the shell is made out of all sorts of stuff. Like I got like waxed duck cotton, and it's kind of a canvas, like water repellent, but then it's lined with a real rabbit, like real rabbit fur.
How can you do that?
Because it's soft as hell. Like I've had the same one now for over 10 years, and I had it from when I lived in Montana, and it's good for like 40 below. Like
damn.
And that was 40 below with flaps down, and it still has like 2 little ear holes, and there's 2 little flaps that you can button down in case it gets colder than that. And I have never had to put those down.
It amazes me how these animals, they survive throughout the winter. It's just like the other day, it was like 15 outside or something, and I was walking to take the garbage out, and I was freezing. I'm geared up.
Yeah.
And then I saw this cat just coming out of the trash can outside. I was like, what?
I mean, they got fur. I mean.
Yeah, but, I mean, how thick can the fur be?
Look, man, did you see the Infinity gauntlets I bought?
No.
That's what I call them. They're heated gloves.
Oh.
And they got like a button on top of the palm, and then you push it, and it's like, wow, wow, wow. Like it like glows and whatever. And I was like, ooh, mother flipping Infinity gauntlet. But they are the best thing I've ever owned. Like, in terms of that, like, I rode motorcycles for years and never, like, I was like, I don't need none of that. Yeah. I had, like, welder's gloves for when it was cold. And you'd be like, it's okay. And you still froze to death. Because I used to be, I've had people that told me I was a real biker. Like, I don't go out there and pretend I'm Sons of Anarchy or anything like that. But I was out there riding my bike in 6 inches of snow.
That's that's pretty dumb.
No, because I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself through that?
Because I had good tires.
But why would you put yourself through that?
There were other reasons.
Okay.
Like when I
was it a necessity that you had to do it?
Kinda.
Okay.
I mean, you didn't have to, but it was to send a message a little bit. For a couple years, well, it was about 3-4 years worth or so. I rode with Bikers Against Child Abuse.
Okay. So you were like riding through the snow.
Well, there was a kid that we had to go see that I'm not going to discuss any of the details on it because that's them. I no longer ride with them. I stepped away because I had to buy a home and everything, and needed to clear my debt, so I sold the bike. But yeah, we had to go see this kid on a visit, and I was like, you can't be a biker against child abuse and not show up on a bike. Like my partner that was there for it, she showed up in a car, which okay, fine. Like, but me, it was like, one part stupidity and one part pride. But I mean, I showed up. Like, I was happy that I did it. And it was great though. When we got done, I was riding back to the house, and I'd be sitting at a traffic light, and people are just looking at me. I'm like, good day, But it was a Harley though. I mean, the engine put off so much heat though. It was like a nice little block heater, like a little space heater.
I mean, yeah, but that wind when you start riding.
It was a street glide too, so it had like the big Batwing fairing on it, and like I'm not that old, but that is an old geezer glider they call them, and I don't care. It was comfortable. It had a sweet stereo in it. Like I could blast music at 80 miles an hour and still hear it over the wind. I
don't like to listen to music when I'm riding. I just like to connect with the road.
Because all you hear in the road though before.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't.
I like that.
Long rides, nah.
Yeah, I love it.
Look, man, I'd be sitting at stoplights blasting Uptown Funk like on this Harley. No. I listen to all the stuff, man.
I like to connect with the road more.
Oh, I connect with the road, and music helps synchronize that harmony.
Nah, to me, it's just distracting. It is.
You are full of shit, sir.
No, I mean, no. Listen. Like, I had a friend. He was wearing his headphones. He was riding. He was wearing his headphones. He was stopped at a red light, and a car came from behind and hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, almost destroyed his bike.
Yeah.
But he could have avoided that if he had his, if he didn't have his headphones, because it was like a big loud truck or something.
Yeah.
like
Well, see,
that.
here's the thing. Earbuds are one thing, because I used to ride with earbuds all the time,
Yeah.
and I know what you mean. Like, you got to, you're giving up part of your hearing. With that Street Glide, when I had it was stereo. Like, it was 2 speakers there in
Yeah.
the fairing, and it was speed sensitive. So, like, when I'd slow down, like, the music would still stay at a reasonable volume, but I could still hear everything, which is what I love. So what, now from the weirdest thing that we've ever eaten, mine being those godforsaken chicken hearts, yours probably those crickets. What's your favorite food? Doesn't even have to be weird.
My favorite food. I mean, I love spaghetti, man.
Just
It
regular
sounds
old
very
spaghetti.
generic, but I love spaghetti. A friend of mine, his girlfriend made an amazing potato soup, and it was probably one of the best things I've ever had in my life.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
That stuff is amazing. There's a
It
very
is
small container of it left in
life-changing.
the kitchen too.
whoa. It is
Like it's
life-changing.
only like two spoonfuls.
Wow. But I enjoy burgers, man.
Yeah.
I love burgers. Just like a plain cheeseburger, just the
Shout out
patty.
burger she
cheese.
made.
Oh my god!
It
But
had,
I
like-
had I have one of these the companies, it's like a subscription, and they just send you a box to your home with the food.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not gonna name it because they don't want to sponsor us. That's fine.
I mean, have we ever mentioned them before?
No. But anyways, so they there was this recipe, and it was hamburgers, but it
Mhm.
was with jack pepper cheese, and it was delicious with jack pepper cheese, and potato buns.
Potato buns are good.
Amazing.
I like a good pretzel bun.
What about yours? What's your favorite food?
Thai food.
Thai food?
Love Thai food.
Mm.
I used to watch that, what is it, Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown?
Yeah.
Ooh, like, he had the best job in the world.
Yes.
He's like, we want you to travel the world, eat all the good food, drink all the good booze, and we're going to pay for it.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about the types of food, not just one dish, I think I would go with Tex-Mex.
Mm.
It is amazing.
Like a good taco truck.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's got a bad rap.
Because when I lived in Texas there for that little bit, and I hit up some Tex-Mex. I had a chorizo burrito.
Yeah.
And it was delicioso.
Yeah, I went to this restaurant.
Mucho.
It was called El Mezón. It was right there on the border, man.
Yo soy el pollo loco.
El pollo loco, amigo, señorito.
See, flamenco music, go!
Anyways, and they had this. It was like a chicken breast stuffed with cheese. I think it was mozzarella cheese,
Mm.
ham, and with a side of Alfredo spaghetti noodles, and some I think it was beef tacos or pork tacos. Can't remember very well. It was so good, dude.
Mm.
I think that's my favorite type of food, Tex-Mex. But I really enjoy Japanese.
Japanese, yeah.
Yeah.
Sushi. Can't go wrong with sushi.
Yeah,
But,
definitely,
I
definitely.
was going to say, I mean, you want to get some real Mexican food. Hit up this place. I don't know if you've heard of it. Taco Bell.
I heard about it. I mean, I'm gonna have to go and stop by it.
If there is any Hispanic listeners to this now or subscribers, we've lost them. They're gone.
They just, yeah.
Oh.
Mi corazón, ayúdame.
Mi amor, ¿por qué? That's right. We're a bilingual audience here, guys.
This is probably one of the racist episodes we've done.
There is no racism here because we love all these foods equally.
We do.
Like you being of Hispanic descent, love a good burger.
Yes.
Me being of Scottish, Irish, white guy, love Thai food.
Thai food, man.
Like, we are a beautiful rainbow over here.
Yeah.
Pad Thai, that's all I like. Just Pad Thai noodles and with the chicken. And, like, the place I go downtown that has it, I ask for is, like, Thai spicy.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, it's too spicy. Like, Thai spicy is different than, like, us, like, American spicy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hot lava down your throat and your lips go numb.
Yeah.
Like, that's American spicy. Thai heat is great because you eat it and it just, like, raises your core temperature. Like, you're like, ooh, I'm just sweating a little bit.
All right.
And that's it. Like, it doesn't hurt you.
Okay.
Like, Americans, we just, like, make it hurt.
Make it hurt.
Like, I mean, what was it? Americans invented soda, didn't we?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
I think so. It was like a medicine.
Yeah, it was like a medicine, but it was like, there was like the meme of like the guy that invented like sparkling water and stuff. He's like drinking flavored water going, man, I wish this would hurt.
Yeah. I wish it would burn my mouth a little bit. I forgot to mention, dude, people in Japan for Christmas, they eat a lot of KFC. Did you know that?
No.
Yes. Like for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Speaking of Christmas, Kentucky Fried Chicken last year released a fire log.
A fire log?
Like a log you put in your fireplace.
And it smells like chicken?
And it just makes everything just like, it makes the whole house reek of the 11 herbs and spices. And I was like, I need this in my life.
What?
And I didn't even have a wood burn at the time. Like, I just wanted one.
Yeah.
Like, because I would have like thrown it in a fire pit or someone. They were like $8.95 from KFC. Went on there, sold out in 11 seconds.
Wow.
They're still on eBay for $140 some, $300, $200.
Of course.
Because everybody bought them all up.
Yeah.
I read a news article about a week ago. Walmart is now stocking them. I couldn't put my credit card information on the computer fast enough because they were $14. Bought one. It's sitting in there all wrapped up. And oh my God. Like, as soon as like I'm wrapping this thing, I haven't burnt it yet, but like I'm just wrapping it up and I'm going,
does it smell like
oh, it smells like just like that like the skin of the chicken
Yeah.
that you get from KFC. Like I just shoved my head in a fresh bucket. And it has like on the side, caution may attract bears. Like,
what?
So Christmas morning, I'm gonna unwrap that first for give it to her to unwrap.
I wonder how they did that.
I don't know, and I don't care. Like, I want to burn it, and I just want to leave the door to my wood burner open and just let it all just bask in it. Just,
oh my God.
And my brother was like, dude, your dog is going to kill himself. I'm like, why? He's like, he's going to lick the fireplace. He's going to try to eat the fire log. But it's been wrapped up in the living room, and he hasn't gone anywhere near it, so we'll see. When I light this thing up,
It's going to be so
I'm
bad.
super excited for it. I don't know why.
You have to record it.
Oh, I don't know why. I don't like that was like the quickest shoot from the hip purchase I've ever made. But anyway, Japan, right? So
Yeah.
they eat a lot of KFC. Why?
I don't know. They're obsessed with it. They love it. They just love it. But for Christmas and Thanksgiving, that's what the majority of them eat. They go to KFC and they have like this special Christmas menu or Thanksgiving menu, and they get like a bucket of obviously a bucket of chicken, but then they get like the normal Thanksgiving meals that the American people eat. Obviously KFC.
Now, you know how everybody likes to do a turkey or a ham or stuff like that?
Yeah.
You know, I recently, well, not recently, it was a couple of years ago, discovered a food, like a turkey, that I thought was amazing. And I didn't know, but it was like, they call it like the poor man's turkey. It's turkey loaf.
Okay.
Turkey loaf is like a vacuum sealed log, like you get like sausage or whatever, but it's just like a big like cylinder of a turkey fillet, and open it up, slice it up open it up, throw it in the oven, then slice it up into pieces, and it is succulent and delicious.
Never heard of it.
Like it's weird. Like I'll find a photo of it and put it up or something.
Okay.
Your favorite food, my favorite food, the weirdest foods. Now you know who else ate some weird things?
Who?
The Donner Party.
Huh?
You ever? Okay. So the Donner Party was a group of American pioneers who migrated to California in a wagon train from the Midwest. By a series of mishaps, they spent the winter of 1846 and 1847, like a whole year, in the Sierra Nevada mountains. And I'm paraphrasing here as I'm reading from Wikipedia. Some of the migrants resorted to cannibalism to survive, eating the bodies of those that had succumbed to starvation and sickness. So yeah, they got snowed in for like a year and started to...
So they were on their way to somewhere. To California, you said?
Yeah, and then they resorted to eating themselves. Now, here's the thing. Like, there was...
What? I mean, if it's survival mode, man, anything goes.
I don't know if I could eat a person.
I can't blame them. I cannot blame them. I mean, I've never been into that situation where you know you're going to die if you don't eat.
Yeah.
And there's nothing around, just only like a dead body. What would you do? Are you going to die?
I'll probably die.
I don't think I'll die. I'll do anything to survive, man.
Now, there is, what is it? There was tell of people that resorted to human cannibalism that will drive you insane. There's like a parasite that you can get from ingesting human flesh.
I thought it was the brain. Brain. Or a monkey brain. Or, is that what it was?
No, like they're talking about like in people. Like if a person eats another person, there's the potential that that you'll get this parasite or whatever that will attack your brain and slowly drive you insane. Like it eats the brain inside of the person that, like if I'm the cannibal and I ate you and like I get this parasite, it's going to drive me mad. But also it like exponentially increases your hunger for more human meat.
What?
But also drives you crazy.
That is disgusting.
I'm trying to find it here.
DayZ, that game that you never played.
Yeah.
If you could eat, human flesh in the game. Like if you kill another player, you can carve him up and eat his flesh. But your character eventually will start like randomly just twitching and laughing. And yeah, it's weird.
Giving away your position?
Yeah, I mean, other people will hear it, but I don't know about like cannibalism. Have you heard of this story? That guy who was requesting a victim online because he wanted to eat somebody. Like a German dude.
I saw that in the show, The IT Crowd, where there was like, he's like, oh, I responded to this article, and he's like, and it's like this German dude, he's playing a cello, and the guy comes in, and he's just like, oh, you responded to my ad, yeah, and he's like, oh, yes, it's a cooking class, and he's like, this isn't a cooking class. He's like, let's read the article, and he goes, and they like look at it, read it, it's like, I'm going to cook with you. And he's like, no, I want to cook with you, using you. And he's like, oh, now you see, that's how I could get that confused. And they both laugh about it. He's like, so you don't want to be eaten? He's like, oh, no, afraid not. And then they just like, and then they hang out there for a little bit. Like he's like the nicest cannibal in the world.
Well, this real story, the guy posted online, hey, I want to find somebody that wants to be eaten. And a lot of people reply to that, but one actually, went all the way through. And the story is that the guy chopped off his own penis, and then they tried to cook it, and they were chewing on it, but they said it was too chewy. So they both
Why would
stopped.
you start with that?
I don't know.
Why?
So then
it's like maybe a finger. Maybe that's like a rib. I don't know.
This is bony. I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, so the cannibal gave this guy like a full bottle of sleeping pills, so he would just die. But it didn't work, and the guy just bled out from cutting his own penis, and he finished. I think he ended up eating him. It lasted him like 10 months, but he ate him, and he got charged with murder or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like, how does that like? If like, you know what I mean? Like if I volunteer myself to be eaten by somebody, would that be murder?
I mean, I feel like you'd have to take like some kind of contract to the bank and be like, can you notarize this for me?
But who's going to notarize that? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Sir? I mean,
like, that's my choice.
Just send it to LegalZoom. Go to LegalZoom.com. We'll notarize anything for $8.
I don't understand.
LegalZoom, please sponsor this video. We do not condone cannibalism either.
That is so weird.
We don't believe you would either. You're a good company.
And why would somebody reply to that email, that ad?
I mean, there's a lot of emo kids out there that are depressed.
But it wasn't a kid though. If you look at the pictures, it's just some old.
I don't want to look at the photo. I had actually just had to close out Wikipedia because I kept scrolling through cannibalism. And they kept telling me more about it, and then like they got into like filial cannibalism, where it's like people eat their own children. I'm like, all right,
Oh
I'm out.
my God.
I'm out. And the
Ugh.
fact is that Wikipedia, somebody had to type that in there. I am golden. No, thank you.
I mean, yeah. What about the people that eat the baby placenta?
Nope. Gonna pass on that.
Well,
Nope. Gonna
do
be a
you
hard
consider
pass.
that cannibalism?
It's the placenta. That's like the afterbirth. There's nothing really in it. They're just
Well,
chugging
it's
down.
still part of a human being.
They're chugging down the stem cells. I don't know. Like, I
It's still part of a human.
don't ever plan on eating any
So
of
what?
it.
So what?
I'll bow out of that.
Why would you consider cannibalism then?
Like a living, breathing person that's sentient.
So if it's dead and you eat it, that's not cannibalism?
That's necrobalism,
I think you just made that up. You just made that up?
probably.
No. I think cannibalism is, let's just look up the definition. Cannibalism. It says, human cannibalism is the act or practice of humans eating the flesh or internal organs of other human beings.
Placenta doesn't fall under any of that.
So, all of you out there that eat your boogers, you're good. You're not a cannibal.
Now, I have heard that eating boogers, this is the internet. I can't remember
How did we end up with?
I don't know. We're talking about weird foods, so why not? Like we were all kids at one point, probably. Like I know I ate a booger when I was a kid.
I never ate a booger.
I ate a booger when I was a kid, and then I used to like pick my nose and then smear them on the wall in my bedroom. And then my mom found like the booger wall.
The booger wall.
And yeah, like made me scrub all the boogers off.
Oh my God.
But there was an article I'd read years ago, and I got a good laugh out of it. It said, scientists are now suggesting that children start eating their boogers because boogers contain, it's like dirt.
Ridiculous.
Like a booger's like the dirt and like kind of dead, like viruses and like all the bad shit that like your nose filtrates out. Like a kid eats that, and it will build his immune system up. Like it'll build up his tolerance because he's eating like it's nature's little pill. There, it's
that is disgusting.
nature's antibiotic
That is fucking
pill.
disgusting, dude. How can a scientist recommend that?
I don't know what scientist it was, but it was great.
What an idiot.
Well, all right, guys, I think this is going to wrap up our little bit of a shorter episode here. But thank you again for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. This has been This Evening Tonight, and this is River Sullivan. And with me again, Martin.
Bye-bye, everyone.
All right, guys. Peace out.